Hi, this is Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. How are you? Happy 2020. If you find me at the beginning of the year, I'm actually here to visit, connect, spend a few minutes to talk about health and wellness, which is my absolute purpose in life, and also a passion to work with people who are interested in moving their life forward, who find themselves stuck, who have a couple extra pounds, their life is out of balance, they're stressed. This is the place where I want to have a community of women where we can work together and move ourselves to our most dazzling life possible with health and wellness. So I'm starting a series entitled Beverly Hill Tips. My website is Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. And for those that don't know, the Hills is Beverly Hills. I am a shoe girl, always have been, and this was like the perfect name to reference a business that's all about women and the self care of putting on a great pair of heels and just being this person that is embodying the best health and wellness possible. So, I am a health and wellness coach. Again, my name is Beverly, and I want to invite you to join me here every week for a heel tip. So, my heel tip will start this cycle, which is during the winter that I'm recording it. And I'm going to talk about how we can use this time of year to nourish ourselves, to give ourselves a little self care, and also work in a space that's going to provide your body with some essence that are healing and cathartic and nourishing. So, the number one thing I want to say when the season is cold and it's frigid outside and it's a little blustery, you want to get something nice and warm to soothe your soul. And one of the first things that I think about is a broth. Um, it might take a while for some of you to like click with it, but a cup of bone broth is like amazing. You're in the cold and flu season. It's so unfortunate, but I have talked to so many people who have been out during the Christmas holiday, New Year's. We're going into the snow season. They've had flus, sinus infections, colds, bronchitis, pneumonia. It's unfortunate, but you have to be proactive and start taking supplements and nutrients and things that are going to allow your body to ward off these infections and viruses and different things that are floating around in the air. And something about bone broth I find is amazing. And it doesn't specifically have to be bone broth, but just a broth. When I was growing up, my grandmother or great grandmother, she always had something cooking on the stove with some kind of stock or some type of gravy. And when she finished it, she wouldn't discard it. She would take it and just put it in the fridge or put it in the freezer and come back later and use it. And she would use that to make fantastic stocks of chicken soup or broth. So I found that, I don't have all the gifts of my grandmother of cooking, but I do find that I enjoy a great broth, specifically bone broth, because there's something about the marrow that has healing properties to it. And for those who may be vegan, I know that doesn't speak to you. There's other versions out there. I'm conscious of not excessively eating animals, but I do happen to have meat. It's unfortunate, but that's kind of where I am. I'm moving toward a space where I'm aware and conscious of it. But for those who are in a space that's far exceeding where I am, there are other options. I'm sure vegetable broths are easily available or you can make your own. But that's one of those things I would encourage you to incorporate during this season. Another one is your teas. There are a myriad of teas on the market. You used to have to go to specialty stores to get teas. I specifically had lived overseas and I was in Japan, and I was introduced to green tea, and that was woo, quite a leap for me because they don't have the sugars that we have. So it was something that you had to enjoy in its natural state. Over the years, I've totally changed my palate, and I can say green tea is one of those teas that it takes a while to get used to the taste and the essence of it. But if you research it, that goes back to ancient days. There's so many healing properties in green tea. I actually was traveling over in Asia, gosh, a month or so ago, I can't remember. And one of the tour guides that we had, this guy was like in phenomenal shape. He was like, you got tall and slender, and like, and we were asking like, what is the secret to you staying in such good shape? And he's like, I drink green tea. I drink green tea all day long. And I was thinking like, that goes back to some of the things that I remember when I was over in Japan. Is like green tea is one of those amazing secrets that people in that region of the world use day to day, and it's not even thought of as like a stretch. It's just general. Every time you go to somebody's house, they're offering you green tea. So I would invite you to go and start incorporating some green tea. And I'm not talking about green tea and throwing in all the sugars and all the cream. Just start to enjoy the essence of a green tea. And you can start by going to either one of your health food stores or high quality international market and invest in some quality green tea, because you can find green teas that have different blends. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you on a health and wellness path. So you're going to have to look at packaging and find out what's in these items. So the best possible green tea that you can find, you can start with a tea bag. And once you're comfortable with having the teas and you like the flavor, then visit one of your tea specialty stores. I'm in a metro area and they have little tea shops. There's like one called like Teaism or Teavana, and they have tea that's loose in these containers, and they open it up, and you could just scoop, the tea leaves that you want, and oh my gosh, the aroma and the fragrances, they taste like edible. So add that to your list of one of those things that you could do for self-care, for nurturing and healing during this season is a green tea. And then you'll find yourself venturing out into other types of teas. I can go through a myriad, but I just want to give you a couple of tips. I don't want to overwhelm you, but if you were a visitor of mine, I would bring you into my gorgeous kitchen. It's a gourmet kitchen, and open this cabinet, and there's like just rows and rows and rows of teas, and some of them are just purely for taste, and some of them are medicinal, but I love my teas. I usually conclude my day every day with some type of tea. And the third and final heal tip that I want to share with you is how I start my day. Every day, or I should say practically every day. Sometimes, I'm rushing against the clock and I find that I don't have the extra time, but I try to give myself that few minutes of every morning to start it with warm water and lemon or lime. My preference is lime for my palate. Some people prefer lemon. I initially started out with lemon, and then I think one day I went to get the lemons. They didn't have lemons, they had limes, and I found out like, oh my God, I really love lemon. So I love my lemon water. I get up in the mornings, I head down, I do a little walk or something, and then I'm in the kitchen, and I would get this cute little teacup. I wish I had. I have plenty of cups. Oh my God, I should do a series on cups, but this is like my coffee cup. It was sitting right there. But just find yourself the cutest cup possible so it calls you every morning. Like I said, this is for my coffee. That's nothing I usually drink out here but coffee. But I have a cup or a couple of different cups just for lemon water. So I go down and get about this much of warm water, and we have a dispenser that the hot water comes in, and I have fresh limes that I will squeeze, and it comes to a couple of tablespoons. Put it in warm water, and I also add a little salt. I use the pink Himalayan sea salt and stir it up, and I just sip on that in the morning right before I'm, getting in the shower to start my morning. And then I've done a simple little detox for myself. I've started my day with the essence of nature. It's so vibrant, it's so rejuvenating, and the smell wakes you up. So I would encourage you to incorporate at least one of these heal tips that I'm sharing, and let me know your thoughts on how things are working for you. As we go through this wintry, blustery season, try to do something a little different in this new year, new decade, so you can step into your dazzling health. So, my name again is Beverly. I'm a health and wellness coach with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. I invite you to go to my website, which is Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. I offer a myriad of coaching packages, and also I offer a consultation. Feel free to put your information in there, shoot me an email, let me know what you're struggling with or you need to have a conversation around. And I also have some downloads of ebooks, and I offer a free newsletter. So please, I look forward to hearing from you and connecting, and have a wonderful year as we step into Dazzling Health. Take care, all the best. Bye bye.